In this video, I'm going to show you how we've structured our offer flow to ascend customers. All right, so if you're in a service business, you're in a brick and mortar business, you're in an online business, any type of business that sells service or coaching or whatever, of any kind, where you actually have to do something that provides a service to the customer, and you ultimately want to get that person to come back again and again, then you're going to want to listen to this video. So one of the things that I've been touted as, has been mine is downsell your upsell. And that's because, our current companies make just under $100 million a year. I'll leave it at that. And the reason I make this channel is because lots of people are broke and I don't want you to be one of them. So if you're an entrepreneur right now and you sell a service of some kind, it is standard and normal and to be expected that you would just have a recurring fee of some sort and you sign people up and they go right into that fee. Here's why you're making a mistake, and this is why I've never done that model because I think it's horrible. But let me give you a couple reasons for that. So if you have a defined end program on the front end, what you'll be able to do is sell more easily because people don't want a membership or recurring service, they want an outcome. And so ideally what we want to do is think about what is the outcome that our customer wants to experience, and then how can we sell that rather than a recurring membership service, etc., right? Some sort of continuity. And so the first thing we do is we package that as an upfront program that sells the promise. Now, when we do that, we're able to increase the price because it's a defined period of time and because it has a promise that we're delivering on. So people will perceive it as more valuable than a recurring service, and because people are always willing to spend more one time than they are on a recurring basis because it's not a commitment for perpetuity, right? So one, it's an easier sale. Number two is that you actually are able to acquire more customers this way because you have cash flow from this higher price point to spend more on marketing. So you can actually use this upfront program or whatever thing as a way to cash flow your acquisition. So you can even break even on all of the money that you make on this because you want to eventually sell the continuity, but you use this sale first because it's easier to sell, it's more profitable, etc. The next thing is that if you raise the price on this front end defined period, it will actually anchor the value of your services in the mind of your prospect so that when you do sell your continuity, it feels like a downsell, even though you're actually selling a bigger ticket. All right, and so one of the beauties of this is that this is kind of this number 3 point goes into this, which is that people will always notice the cash flow more than the price. So for example, if I say, hey, it's $18,000, someone will go, whoa. But if I say, hey, it's $1,500 a month, and it's like, oh, that's not so bad, right? People will weigh the cash flow more than they will weigh the price. It's probably easier. It will, I guarantee you this, it is easier and you will sell more people at $1,500 a month than you would by $10,000 one time up front, right? And that's because people are more mindful of their cash flow than of the overarching price. And so we can use this high cash up front service or defined end program of some kind that executes on a promise because it also feeds into our continuity more naturally because it's a downsell of the upsell. So we might sell this thing for $6,000 and this thing for $18,000, but this was $6,000 and this only feels like $1,500 a month. So people will be like, oh wow, this is a steal, especially if you actually give them more than what they currently just got for less. So think about that. So it's like $6,000 for XYZ service, and then you now qualify to be XYZ WV SRT service after this, and it's less. That is how you build continuity. Now, the next one is onboarding costs. So the reason that I like these upfront things is that we can also over deliver like crazy because it costs more to onboard a new customer. New customers require more attention, they require more effort. You have to get them up to speed, hire systems. You have to teach them how to be a customer. And so the way to do that and cover the cost, which most businesses just go negative for, I'd rather make money getting customers and get paid to onboard them and teach them how to be a customer for my business. All right, and then finally, you'll actually get more committed customers because the more you raise the price, the more committed they will be to executing it. And also, if you can raise the quality of your prospects, you will raise the quality of your product. Let me say that again. If you raise the quality of your prospects, you raise the quality of your product. Because if I had an identical product or identical service and I had a very able person go through it and a very unable person go through it, or a disabled person go through it, the likelihood of achievement of the outcome for the high quality prospect is much higher. And so by raising the barrier, we increase the likelihood of achieving the outcome that we're shooting for, which means that by its very nature, our service becomes more valuable. And so by raising the bar, we actually raise the quality of our deliverable, which is crazy and counterintuitive, but that's why most people don't make money. All right, so I'm gonna bring us home here. So right now, in your current service, if you sell some sort of continuity, I'd highly recommend you not do that and instead create the upfront program that creates customers. All right, this becomes the program that you sell in order to acquire customers because it's easier to sell because they understand it's the defined end. It will cover your cost of acquisition and probably profit from it. You will have a price anchor for your continuity that will make it more valuable and the perception of that more valuable. And you'll actually be able to raise the price on your continuity because the cash flow on that continuity will be less than what they were required to pay up front. You'll be able to cover your onboarding costs and create an amazing customer experience so that you get them super up to speed, really believing that your business is amazing and can deliver on the promise you've made. And then finally, you'll have more committed customers that are higher quality that will ultimately mean that you're providing more value to the marketplace and you will be rewarded by dollars in your pocket.
Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and thought, wow, I should be further ahead by now? If you're trying to make money online or start your first business and feel overwhelmed, you're not alone. Every day you see other people succeeding and you wonder, why am I not succeeding? Maybe you don't like your job or you're unfulfilled. You want to do something you love and make money, but you feel stuck, bored, confused, or maybe all three. I get it. I spent years in the exact same spot, afraid to fail, but ashamed of being afraid. And it wasn't until I paid another business owner to teach me how to run a local business that I felt comfortable starting my own. He showed me the ropes and gave me the confidence to start. And after scaling my local gym chain from learning this stuff from him, I started a company called Gym Launch, which I sold years later for $46.2 million. Now, what I want to do is repay the favor. I want to show you the ropes the exact way that business owner did for me. And as the person with the largest community on Skool, which I'll tell you about in a second, I can show you exactly what to do. You can start your own online community business today with all the things I didn't know when I started my first business for free with the Skool games. So imagine building a business being as easy as playing a video game with step-by-step instructions, live workshops, real-time leaderboards, and new friends to make it fun. If all that were true, would you at least be interested? Okay. Now, you might be wondering, well, what exactly is Skool? How do the Skool games work? How much does it cost? Do I need to be an expert? Do I need an audience? What are the prizes? Great questions. Let me break it down for you. Skool Games is a fun, easy way to build your online business. No experience or followers needed. Just simply choose a painful experience you overcame, something you find interested or you're passionate about, or some skill you learned throughout your career, no matter how small. It could be as simple as a better way to organize folders, or meal prepping for kids who have food allergies, or travel hacks. And then all you have to do is just invite people to community about overcoming that pain, following that passion, or learning that skill. And we'll show you exactly how to build it and monetize it on your first try. Now, if that sounds insanely simple, that's because it is. So check it out. More than 1 out of 2 people who start a paid community in Skool make money. That means by your next reunion, instead of answering, what are you up to these days? You could be answering, how'd you do that? And could you help me? And the thing is you probably could because it's not that hard. Right now, people are paying hundreds, sometimes thousands to get into digital communities the same way they do nightclubs or cafes. Just think about it as a place where lots of people who want to talk about the same stuff can gather together and people pay to get in. And the crazy thing is people are selling courses and coaching programs for thousands and tens of thousands on how to build a business like this because it's so profitable. But what if there were a faster, easier, zero-risk way to learn how to do this for yourself? What if you could learn how to start, scale, and monetize an online group the right way on your first try for free? Would you at least consider it? All right. So for those of you who want more out of life, an online community takes the least amount of time to get started. You can literally make money in hours. It requires the least skill. If you can invite people to a party, you can make this business work. And you don't need to be an expert. You just invite those people and let them do the heavy lifting for you. It's kind of like Wikipedia. Wikipedia is not the expert at anything. They just bring the people together and then they are the online de facto experts. It's even faster than building a course or starting a coaching program because you don't need to have all the answers for that exact reason. Interested yet? Good. Because Skool Games was designed to smash through every obstacle that once stood in the way of starting an online business. It's why we have such an insanely high success rate. We've obsessed for years about removing everything that stops people from succeeding. And that's why with the Skool Games, you can succeed without an audience or expertise. Because let's face it, most people don't. And so we had to figure out a way to help people win. And of the 5 out of 7 communities I talked about earlier who won the Skool Games in their first month, only 2 of them had organic followings before they started. You don't need any fancy software, calendars, payment processing. Everything you need is already built into Skool. And you don't even have to know what your community is going to be about yet. I'll show you how to pick it. It's simple, and you can do it in less than 20 minutes. And if you're wondering, well, how do I get people invited to my community? Don't worry, you don't have to ask people you know. We've made it simple to crowdsource your community, just like Evelyn did through Skool itself on the millions of users we already have on the platform. As for tech skills, you don't need any. If you have the technology to watch this video right now, you already have all the tech you need to start, scale, and succeed. So what happens if you sign up right now? Well, you'll follow our process, you'll build a paid community about whatever it is you love, and if you become one of the top 10 communities on the leaderboard, you'll join me and other successful community owners here in Vegas. And even if you don't win the first month, you get to keep competing every month until you win. And then you can join all the alumni and all the past winners to get to the next level. Worst case scenario, you join, you do nothing, you decide to quit and walk away with thousands of dollars worth of knowledge that you can take with you on whatever business venture you want next. Best case scenario, you take a zero risk move and change your life forever. Or maybe you're just like Kyle, who's never won the games, never got in the top 10, and just built a community that makes him $4,664 a month in recurring revenue. He didn't win any awards, but would 3, 4, 5 grand a month change things for you? If so, then you're in the right place. Remember, the only guarantee is that if you don't take the shot, you'll stay exactly where you are. But if you do, you could be the next one coming out to Vegas celebrating how quickly you built an online business with consistent monthly recurring revenue. You in? Click the button below to join the Skool Games now. If you join this month, I'll personally onboard you live. Sign up and I'll see you on our onboarding call on Monday. You can ask me whatever you want. Now, if you're worried about starting a free trial, we offer an unconditional money back guarantee. So if you finish your trial and you forget to cancel, just let us know and we'll refund you. All right, we just want people to win. And I'm going to say this one more time because it's important. 1 out of 2 people who start a paid community in Skool make money, with the average paid community owner earning $1,360 per month. You really can do this. Click the button and let's get started.